Hey everybody, welcome to Mod Podge with Cathie and Steve. I'm Steve Piacenza.
And I'm Cathie Filian, and today we're going to show you how to make a mod melt and 10 different ways to finish one.
To create your mod melt embellishment, you first want to choose your look. We have the sea glass look and the milk glass look. We'll be using the milk glass look today. You want to insert your milk glass stick inside your high temp hot glue gun. Squirt into your mold. You want to make sure you cover the whole entire mold all the way around the edges. You're going to let that sit for about 7 minutes until it cools. The way you can tell that it cools is you can feel the bottom of it. Once it is cool, pop out your embellishment and it becomes a hard resin type embellishment. And you can either craft with it the way it is, or you can do some of your own creations and finishes on it.
So the first technique that we want to show you is painting with acrylic paint. We've got our flower shape there, and I'm just using some Folk Art New Leaf Green acrylic paint, and this is our flower, large flower in the milk glass. And I like to go around the edges first, get all the edges painted, and then go in and you just paint directly on top of it. And you can prime it if you want, but you don't really need to. Just go in, fill it in. And this is one coat. You can let that dry, and then you can apply a second or third coat depending upon how dark you want the color. To seal it and finish it off, I like to use Mod Podge hard coat. You can use gloss or matte as well. If you want a sparkly look, I like to use the extreme glitter, the hologram. And if you want to add like a gem or something, you can just add any kind of flat back pearl or gem directly there to the center, just using any kind of gem glue. So there you have it. That is how you do the acrylic paint on it.
The next finish we want to show you is our two-tone gold finish, just like this one here. We're using two different kinds of gold, a lighter gold and a darker gold, metallic Folk Art paint. We're using the light gold first. We're going to go right on top of our milk glass mod melt. You want to cover your whole entire melt with the lighter gold. Make sure you get in those edges and all those grooves to cover the mod melt. Once you've covered the mod melt, you're going to let that dry. We've got a dry one right here with the light gold. And we're going to use our spouncer with the darker gold. Dip it in. I'm going to tap off a little bit. I'm going to go right on top of it and highlight those certain areas to let all that detail pop out. Set that aside and let it dry. And here is our finish, two-tone gold metallic finish.
Our next finish is a pearl finish. And to create that pearl finish, I'm using Folk Art metallic paint in pearl white. And you could use it just like this to create a white pearl finish. But if you want to tint your pearl finish, you can use any color and mix it in. This is a baby pink I'm gonna mix in. So I've got, the majority of my paint is the pearl, and then I'm just going to mix in a little bit of that pink and blend those together. This is great if you're doing wedding embellishments or anything like that, if you want to have that real soft look. And then I like to just pick it up, start in the middle, just swirl that around using a big round paintbrush. Make sure you get your sides. Set that down and let it dry. And once it's dry, it'll have that great pearl sheen.
Our next finish is our glitter finish. We've started off with our milk glass flower. We've painted it with our Morning Sun Folk Art paint. And we're just going to cover it with our Mod Podge. Just going to go right on top of your entire painted flower. Get all in those edges. And we've coordinated our paint with our glitter. And we're using some of this yellow glitter. Just sprinkle it right on top. And then I like to go all around the edges. Get that glitter right into those creases. And there you have it. Set aside to dry. And here is your finished glitter mod melt flower.
The next technique that we want to show you is using extreme glitter, and that creates almost a transparent diamond, very sparkly look. And extreme glitter comes in a little bottle like this in tons of different colors. This is the silver, and we're going to be using it. This is our sea glass finish. That's the flower, and you will just go ahead. We're not base coating it like we did on the yellow glitter. We're going to use 3 coats of this. So this first one going down, you're not going to see too much of the glitter. Again, you want to get all those edges. Just keep applying it. This is the silver extreme glitter. Get in all those grooves. It's not looking very sparkly right now, but when it's dried and a few coats on there, it will have all this shimmer and kick. So this is the extreme glitter finish on the sea glass mod melt. And of course I added a little bling to the center.
Our next finish is an all-over alcohol ink finish. We're using the butterfly with our sea glass look, and we're using a plum alcohol ink. All you're gonna do is drop some of the ink right on top of your mold, and then I use a brush to spread it out. Now this can get a little messy, so if you don't want it on your fingers, you might want to wear some gloves for that. And just spread it all the way around your mold, just like so. Once you've done that, set that aside to dry, and here is your final look. Now this is a beautiful sea glass look. It's a matte kind of look or a tumbled look. You can make great jewelry with this, scrapbooking. What's beautiful about this, there's some light colored alcohol inks to darker ones. You can mix them up. It's a beautiful finish for any project that you do.
Our next technique is also using alcohol inks, but for this one, instead of having the alcohol ink all over it, we've just dropped it to create really organic areas of interest. And we're using stream alcohol ink, and this is our sea glass, and that's our large flower, and you'll literally just go in and drop the ink and let it naturally spread. This is really cool when you're doing flowers. Just drop it around like that, one in the middle maybe. And then you'll just let that dry. You won't even move it. You won't move it at all. Just let that dry, and once it's dry, you'll get this really cool sort of organic look. Really fun if you're doing flowers.
So our next finish we want to show you is our Shimmer Mist finish. We love using the Shimmer Mist. There's lots of different brands out there, lots of great colors. And as you can see, what it does is it pools up in different creases and really highlights those areas to really make it look like a true flower. Beautiful finish, we love this, and it's so simple to do. We're using our sea glass, and all you're gonna do is squirt right on top of it, like so, and let it dry. If we tested a lot of these, they take a little bit of time to dry, but the end result is beautiful.
Our next finish that we want to show you is this kind of distressed sort of cottage chic look, and there's no rules to this look. No rules at all. I'm using a lot of different paints. I'm using some bright baby pink, some parchment folk art acrylic paint. I'm using some gold metallic paint and a little extreme glitter. I'm also using some chunky loose glitter. And to get started, I've got a milk glass of our large rose, and I'm just going to add that parchment to it. Again, this is a real no rules. We want that distressed look. Then you just want to go in and sort of tap some pink in there. Add a little pinks. Add some golds. If you want more gold, you just add more gold. You want more pink, add a little bit more pink. Then you can kind of give it a wipe. If it's getting too muddy, you can just add a little bit more gold to it. But before you let it dry, you want to sprinkle some of your chunky glitter on there. And then you'll let it dry completely, and you'll seal it with some Folk Art Extreme Glitter. And you can see in the finished one, we've got that really fine shimmer. Got a little bit of chunky glitter there. This is really fun on our crown shape and the key. There's lots of great different shapes that you can do this distressed finish on. If you wanted to do more of an antique finish, that would be the patina finish that Steve's gonna show you.
Our next finish we're gonna show you is our Faux Patina finish. That's going right on top of our ornamental tile melt. And we have used the milk glass once again for this. We have covered it completely with our metallic antique copper Folk Art paint. So cover your tile with that. And then we used our patina Folk Art paint. And all you're gonna do is get your brush, put a little bit on that. You don't need a little bit goes a long way. And you're gonna go right on in there randomly, certain areas. And I like to use my finger and rub it in, just like so. So you can get those high spots and those low spots. And rub it all the way around. And if you see little areas that you might need a little bit more, just place it like so. Again, use your fingers, brush it, and there you have it. And you almost have a very, very realistic patina look. Let that dry, and there is your final product.
Thanks for joining us on Mod Podge with Cathie and Steve.
We hope we've inspired you to create new finishes for your mod melts, and we want to see what you're making with mod melts. So post a video response or post on our social media.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.